addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him. We some animal, yeah, we some goblin.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Run. Play.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
On 1st down, Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And Stills bringing it in. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Dolphins are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Forbath, the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ready? Blue way.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Let's go now.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They just do get the play off. Now Winston. And he fires one, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will be taken at the 13. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake, and he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 2nd down, it's Drake looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Play action, Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go now. Easy.
They pitch it out to Cook. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to let it go deep right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, Winston. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And here he's got Grant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. And we'll get a couple here down to the 22.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go. 50-50.
Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Play.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue ready. Sonic. Green, triple C.
First down, Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Jones. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, you think he loved the protection he had there all kinds of time.
And you're so right. How could you not love that? Great protection. The big guys up front really locked in on it. No one gets near the quarterback.
Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Handoff comes to Cook. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Green, Trevor, see.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 27. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's complete. Stills. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. That'll bring up 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first. Tannehill on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. They snap it to Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Tannehill now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Let's go, hustle, fellas.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down, they hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kenny Stills with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination, but the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And some room to work. The 40, 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings! In for the score. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
Well, let's be honest. A lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill keeps himself upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He's going to let this one go deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. It's complete to Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 36 yards. There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. Play action. It's Tannehill. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's going to look deep down the field into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room? What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points. Here's Winston. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense. And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception. From the gun, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. The rookie Minka Fitzpatrick with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're close game. They're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no? I would agree with that totally.
I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Winston now from the 50. Forced out to his left. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Green, trouble C.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works free. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the rookie from Tennessee, John Kelly. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Play action now. Winston going for it all. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And that is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's going to air one out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally, someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play. Tannehill to Parker. 53 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Drake. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. 3rd and goal, it's Drake. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And Forbath will put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And now out comes Minnesota. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. The former first-round pick, Shea McClellan, in on the stop. Winston to throw it this time. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flushed out right. And he finds Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Play fake. Winston. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Cook following the penalty. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And out come the Dolphins now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On first down, Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Tannehill. It's complete. Stills. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Tannehill now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down. Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And that is incomplete here.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Tannehill. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Tannehill throwing again. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Forbath will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Hey, 20. Play.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st down, Drake. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Dolphins on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Tannehill hands to Drake. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Forbath will put this one through, and the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
And now out comes Minnesota. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The rookie Minkah Fitzpatrick with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.